All right, so looking at it then, now we have this set up, right? So we have 0, -3, 2, -6. So then on top from a y's, -6 minus a -3, which is going to be -6 plus 3, which is -3. The bottom, I'm going to have 2 minus 0, which is 2. All right, so I have a slope of -3/2, or -3/2, correct? That's the first way you could do it. You could use the points to find slope formula. Second way you can do it is count off. So here's my left-handed point. Here's my right-handed point. Start at the left-handed point, which would be this guy right here. Start here. Do I have to go up or down to get to the next point? The next point's on the right, isn't it? Is it above or below it? Below. I go down 1, 2, 3 spots. So I went down 3. Okay? Now I have to go to the right. Go over 1, 2. This is my rise. Up and down is my rise. Rise over run. Up and down is my rise. So my rise is -3. What would my run be then? 2. So it doesn't matter which way I did it, I still got the same answer. Do you have a question? Okay. All right, second one. Let's just do this one with the count off method. If I start at this point right here on the y-axis, all right? Start right there. Do I have to go up or down to get to the one on the right? Go up. 1, 2, 3. Over how many? 1. Rise over run. What's my rise? 3. What's my run? 1. Or just 3. That would be my slope for that guy. That makes sense? All right, let's do a couple more. Need a picture with no line on it. I think I have one in here somewhere. There we go. All right, let's try this. All right, there we got a graph. So let me draw a line on here. We're gonna find the slope of that line. Again, this is all off of your second assignment. Okay. If I want to draw a line, let's go from here to here. All right, it's much easier when you have the dots already drawn. All right, sometimes you won't necessarily have that. So right there, I have 2 dots on there and I have a line. Start at your left-handed dot. So my left-handed dot's over here. Do I have to go up or down to get to the next dot? Up. I have to go up 1, 2 to get to the same level. Agreed? So that was 2, and then I go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all I did was turn it into what shape, really? Triangle. Okay? Just made a triangle in there. What's my rise? 2. What's my run? Boom. There we go. That's my slope, 2/5. What if you don't have a picture? So I said, if you don't have a picture, you have to do it that way. If you have a picture, you can do it with the formula, or you can do it with the counting method, either one. Either one's perfectly fine. Okay, let's do another one. All right, so this guy here, so I don't have dots, okay? What you want to do is find where it crosses a corner of the grid really, really nicely. So like here, it crosses right on the corner of the grid. You see what I mean? This does not cross in the middle of the grid. This one here looks pretty good, doesn't it? So if you ever have that, pick those points because they're the whole numbers. Here and here. Let's use those two. Okay? Now, might help if I draw the triangle. There and there. Okay? So let's go from there. Down. 1, 2, 3. And I went down 3. Over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's my rise? Not 3, but -3. What's my run? 5. That make a little more sense now? Okay. Now, the only other thing different is I think we might have talked about this. I might have given you a little bit too much on this. But if I want to write the equation of the line, then I would have to add on the y-intercept, which is 6. So then all of a sudden this becomes y equals -3/5 x plus 6. That's the whole equation of the line. I think we might have talked about that a little bit. I'm okay if we don't get all of that, but if we can get the slope up, I'm in good shape. You know what I mean? All right, so here, because I went down. Okay, since I went down the graph, if I go down the graph, it's minus. If I go up the graph, it's plus. So I always start at the left midpoint. I had to go down, therefore it's negative. And then I always go right. Okay? So what actually happens, guys, is this stuff with slope and graphing lines, we're going to do more with it in the next chapter as well. But I like to introduce it a little bit now because this is a very super important point for this entire class, all right, for Algebra 1 in general and for your math career in general. This is going to be stuff that's going to be around for a long time. So that's why I want to do it extra times. All right, questions on that now? All right, let's look at another thing with slope real quick. If I have slope, I must find the slope between 2 points, 4, 3 and -6, 2. Now I don't have a graph. I just have 2 points. I know they're only, I could graph them if I wanted to. I could graph them and I could count off. But instead of doing that, let's just use the slope formula. Remember, the slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay? What's the first thing you got to do whenever you want to find the slope between 2 points? Label it. Perfect. x1, y1, x2, y2. Who said that? Okay. All right, so then what's my y2? 2 minus y1, which is 3, over x2, which is and -4. Good. 2 minus 3 is what? -6 and -4 is -10. So that's just going to be a positive 1/10. You guys all right with that? Okay. Now, what I'm going to do then, I saw a lot of people didn't do it. I think we did okay with the ones with the points. Do you guys agree? All right. The second one, some people did it. Some people did it very wrong. Some people just didn't do it. So here's what I'll do. I will take that second assignment. Okay, just be honest with me. How many people did not do it? How many people did it and did it all wrong? Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to reopen that same assignment. Okay? It'll be due for next Wednesday. I'm just going to push it back a week. If you didn't do it, do it. It will not be late. If you did do it, go back and fix it if you did it wrong. You got me? We good with that? Okay, I'm just going to push that date back an entire week. If you did it and did it right, you're good. If you did not do it right, fix it. If you didn't do it at all, just do it to start with. and I'll go through and I'll wipe out the grades for if there's a 0 in it for you, okay? And I'll try to look at them during plan period too, and be like, hey, like Mark, you were way off track on this. Maybe want to retry it. So do I even need to look at yours? Just put it down. Go ahead and retry.
I mean, you can look at it. It might not be wrong.
All right. So I'll take a peek at it though. All right. All right. So I do want to add one little piece to it. There's one little piece left in this section. It's not bad. Okay. It has to do with word problems. Before you start groaning and whining, it's really not tough. I'm going to show you some key things right away. All right, so back to this again. We probably already wrote this down. I believe we already did, okay? So this is what an equation of a line looks like. Y equals mx plus b. You're going to hear this forever. Y equals mx plus b. Y equals your slope times x plus your y-intercept. Now, why am I talking about this again? Well, we're going to be looking at word problems, and we're going to have to come up with an equation in that form. Okay? So, whenever you are looking at a word problem and it's describing a situation, here's what you need to do. All right, you want to find the rate in the problem. That is your slope. I would write this down, guys. Definitely write this down. Okay, find the rate in the problem, and that's your slope. So there's probably going to be two numbers. Almost every time there's going to be two numbers. One number, somewhere around it, there's going to be what I call the key word. A key word is going to be something that's either speed, items per hour, per day, per minute, the price per ticket. I'm going to tell you right now, if you see the word per, probably the closest number to the word per is your slope. The other number then is going to be your initial value. That is your y-intercept. That's where you started at. So for instance, if it says your bank account has $500 at the beginning of the week, you pay $500 when you check it on Sunday. You make $40 per hour, or $40 per day. That'd be a lot. You make $40 per day. Which one's your slope? Which one's your initial value? What did you start with? Start with 500. What's your rate? It's the 40 per. All right. So that's how you can determine between the two. We'll look at about 5 examples here. All right, and then so it's easier to find the slope in the problem, and then your initial value is your other number. Okay, look for the keywords: per, speeds, anything like that. That's your slope. Got it? You didn't look too speedy. You guys all tired today? Do I need to get a little more lively? All right, here we go. Next problem. Let's look at one. See, I don't get you fired up. Here we go. So landfill has 50,000 tons of waste in it. Each month it accumulates at an average of 420 more tons of waste. What is the function rule that represents the amount of waste after M months? You just wanted me to get excited. I got excited and now you... Oh, there it is. Hey, kid, tell me last period. 6th period on Tuesday. I was a little fired up, you know. They said they heard me. They could understand what I was saying in Mr. Musser's room.
No.
Are you sure now?
No.
Brown, let's go. Come on. What are you doing?
I have a photo of it. I can write it down.
You have a photo? Okay, so here we go. We're talking about a landfill. So, there we go. A landfill has 50,000 tons of waste in it. Each month, it accumulates an average of 420 more tons of waste. What's the function rule that represents the amount of waste after M months? How many numbers do you see in that problem? 2. I see 2. We got to figure out which one's the slope. Now I'm looking at this. Remember I said about the special words, or what is changing? What is adjusting every month? Okay? Is this or this a rate or a speed or a per or something like that? We see any keywords? I see one. What'd you say? More. Okay. Well, that tells us it's going to be positive. Okay. What's that?
She said ton.
Okay. So let's how about this? If your car is going 40 miles per hour, that means each hour you go 40 miles, correct? Does that help see a keyword? Yeah. That's what that means, Tommy.
No, it doesn't.
This is,
Miles per hour in a 40.
see that word right there? What's that word? Each. Is each basically the same as per? Yeah, it is. Okay? All right? Each and per are very similar. This is a key word. Boom, right there. That's a key word. So I see the word each. What's the next number that comes after the word each? The 420. That's your slope. Right there. Boom. Slope all day. Okay? See, I'm showing you. All these words is what mess you up. At the end of the day, we are going to look at essentially three words and two numbers. That's it. That's all that means anything to us. Everything else is just fluff. Okay? I don't care if I'm talking about tons of landfill. I don't care if I'm talking about fish in the sea. All right? Pick out the key things. That's it. That's all the word problem is differentiating between what's important and what is completely meaningless. Okay. So I said, this is my equation, right? Which one is my slope? M or B? M. M is slope. B is y-intercept or initial value. Every equation you make is going to have your y and x still. You just have to fill in M and B. So we just said 420 was my slope, correct? Y equals 420 x. Then the other number is just 50,000, isn't it? Okay, 50,000. Is that a positive or 50,000 or a negative 50,000? Positive. It doesn't make sense to have negative landfill weight, does it? No. Guess what? Boom, right there's my equation that models that situation.
Taking landfill out.
Let's talk about weight. So you can't have negative weight unless you're in space.
Well, I mean, you could have negative weight. Just take the weight off.
We're in prison.
All right. Questions, guys. Okay, these really, truly are not that hard. I promise you. Just break it down. Y equals your slope, x, plus or minus the other number. That's it. Every time. Let's look at another one. Oh, yeah. Here we go. This one's a little tricky. We'll come back to that one.
Your estimated temperature?
All right. How about this one? A kennel charges $15 per day. What do you see right away? Per. There we go. Per. Like a cat. All right. Like a cat. You're looking for the per. All right. So kennel charges $15 per day to board dogs. Upon arrival, each dog must have a flea bath that costs $12. Write a function rule for the total cost and end days of boarding plus a bath. Okay? So right now, I'm not so worried about. Alright, so don't really worry about these letters in here, okay? We're worried about y equals mx plus b. We can change out the letters later. I don't really care about them. Alright? So y, well, at least it's mutual, right? Alright, so right there, we have y equals our slope x plus or minus b. Which was our slope again? Why is it $15? It is the per. That's right. It is the per. All right. So right here, 15 per all day. Okay, that's my slope. Bingo. Now, if I take my dog there, it's $15 every day that my dog's there, right? What's the one thing that they have to do to it when they check him in? Give him a bath. $12. How many baths does he have to have?
One.
One bath. So I just have to add that on, right?
I mean, you should have two.
Boom, 12. There's my equation. Y equals 15x plus 12. Done. All right? The word per gave it away. That's my equation. That's it. Okay? So then, to use it, now all I'm asking is how much would a 10-day stay cost? Well, this is how many days I stay, right? So just plug this number in for x. That's it.
162.
Y equals 15 times 10 plus 12.
Why is it 162?
So this is 150 plus 12 is 162. So if my dog stays there for 10 days, it's going to cost me 162 bucks. Yeah.
Why did we have to do all that crap? We could have just done 15 times 10 is 150 and then 150 plus 12.
That's what we just did.
Okay, but we had to write all that crap.
Now, here's the thing. This equation up here above, this here,
Why with their head down?
hey, this here covers you for every case. It covers you for 3 days. It covers you for 150 days. Yes, this is a very, very simple problem. Yes, you could have done that.
Oh.
But
I can't do this without
this is going to be covering you for all the time. If for some reason they ask you if you want 482 days to stay in a place at a certain rate, and then there's 4 other charges added on, then it becomes a little bit harder. Okay? An equation sets you up. This function equation sets you up for every situation involving this. Whether it's 10 days, 12 days, 400 days. Okay? So this one is just that one that sets it up for the whole long haul. Let's look at another one. You can estimate, this is a little tougher. You can estimate temperature by counting the number of chirps of the snowy tree cricket. The outdoor temperature is about 40 degrees more than 1/4 the number of chirps the cricket makes in 1 minute. What is the function rule that represents this situation? So, y equals blank x. Okay. So, I see 2 numbers in here. Do you? 40. Here's 1. This one's, see, this is why it's a little, what'd you say?
1/4.
Bingo. 1/4. Okay. Now let's look around a little bit. Look around for some key words. 40 degrees more, 1/4 the number of chirps in 1 minute. Isn't that a speed? Okay. 1/4, 1 minute. 1/4 is my slope. So then it's 40 more. 40 plus. Boom. So if that snowy tree cricket, say you're standing outside and you count that he chirps 80 times in 1 minute. Okay? So we get 80 chirps. Now I just take this and plug it in. How about chirps, not chip? Oh. Yeah, that's right. Close enough. All right. So I plug an 80 in. Y equals 1/4 times 80 plus 40. What's 1/4 times 80? Good, 20. You were close. 20 plus 40 is 60. There we go. We got that one right. So again, that works for every situation. Even if you heard 80 chirps, he heard 84 chirps, you heard 1 million chirps, whatever she heard, you heard 16 chirps. Okay? It works for every single situation. All right, we're looking for the keywords. We're looking for rates. We're looking for speeds. We're looking for pers. Looking for eaches. Those are our keywords every time. Pers, each, eaches. All right. All right, let's do this. I'm just going to give you a situation. I'm going to tell it to you out loud. Okay, I'm not writing it down. I'll tell it to you out loud. Just listen to what I said. You go to the store. All right? And there's a meat special going on. Okay? So you're buying T-bone steaks. T-bone steaks cost $3 per pound, but you have to pay a $5 packing fee.
How much is it?
What is your equation? It's $3 per pound, but you have to pay a $5 packing fee. And that packing fee doesn't matter if you buy 1 pound or 50 pounds. Okay? $3 per pound, $5 packing fee. What's your equation going to be? Give me 30 seconds to figure it out. Write your equation down on a piece of paper. I want to come around and look at it. Okay? Here, I'll write it. $3 per pound, $5 pack fee. Okay? I'm going to come around. Let me see your equation.
How many pounds are in the back? How many pounds are in the back?
It's on the book, 1 pound.
I'm just asking.
No, I got this wrong. Haley,
You
there's
said
1
numbers.
pound. No, he didn't.
It doesn't matter if it's 1 pound or 50 pounds.
$3
That's
per
right.
pound.
$3 per pound
I
plus a
got
$5
right.
packing fee. Perfect. Keep going. You're on the right track. Letter. What letter you need? Yep. Yep. Almost. Perfect. Yep. Perfect. That's it right there.
Is it really?
Yep.
Wow.
Good. Good. Good.
Not good.
There's nothing there. Okay. So, which one is your slope? 3. So y equals 3x what? Plus 5. Perfect. Okay. You're going. See, you and your family are going skiing. Okay?
Oh, another stream.
Don't split your head open like I did. All right? So you're going skiing. And when you're skiing, it costs $20 to park. Okay, $20 to park at the lodge. And it is, let's say $35 per ticket. Well, be a lift ticket, okay, or a lift pass, whatever you want to call it. $20 to park, $35 per ticket. This is for your family. What's your equation? I'm coming around.
It doesn't
Perfect.
matter.
Good.
Who said I was
Good.
driving now?
Good. 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 I checked yours. Good. Yep. Perfect. Good. Almost. You got one more. You only got one other number left. Good.
My boy's
Get
right
it?
here.
Okay. So, which one changes based on how many people went with you? Ticket price. So, what's my equation going to be? Y equals? Perfect. Now, if I said 3 people went, what would you do? Put a 3 in for what letter? X. Perfect. So you have 3 times 35 plus 20. I'll give you another one. All right. So, I'm going to give...
Sorry, everybody was just so gloomy about the problem. I just figured I'd put some excitement in the room.
Okay. So, let's say somebody is... any of you guys wrestle in here? Buckley?
I look at wrestling
Okay.
as grown men.
So Buckley is starting. Buckley's starting the wrestling season before practice started. Okay? Buckley weighed, I'm just making this up, okay? Buckley weighed 150 pounds. All right? He wants to try to lose 3 pounds per week. Okay? He wants to lose 3 pounds per week. Write an equation that models that situation. pounds per week. Losing 3 pounds per week. What weight do you wrestle, Buckley? Okay, so after a couple weeks, you'd be right there, wouldn't you?
It'll only take 50 weeks for him to be nothing. Technically speaking.
Okay.
Right.
Let me see it. Let me see your equation. You didn't write anything yet.
No.
Come on. Not a lot changed here. Perfect. Let's see where the PER is at. Almost. You have him weighing negative 150 pounds.
So proud of me.
There we go. Now what do we need out front there? There we go. Now we got it. Got it? Okay. Now he's gaining weight in your situation. So if he's losing weight, what do I need to do there? There it is. There it is. Good. Okay, you same way. You have him negative 150 pounds. That needs to be plus. So now he's gaining 3 pounds per week.
Haley, you're so
Losing
dumb.
2
I
pounds.
know.
Losing.
Yeah, you'll be less than
Hey guys,
Perfect.
I know.
hey, like my hair, dude.
Same thing with you. Right now he's gaining weight.
That's like a
Now
brutal.
he's good. There we go. Okay. I went around there.
No, you didn't.
We're good. Okay. So y equals. Here is the tricky one. I saw this a lot. Well, I'll show you the 2 mistakes I saw. I saw this. Okay. So the first thing is, you guys mostly you saw the 3 pounds per week. Okay. So you guys pretty much all had the slope correct. This case, and you saw lose, so you started thinking minus, which is good. Problem is, right now you're saying that he weighs negative 150 pounds. So he's hanging out in space if he has negative weight. Okay? So this has to be,
Mr. Thomas, talk about being in a rush. You said mine was right. I put 120 on 150.
okay? So now we're correct, because that's his correct initial weight. But now what's the problem? He's gaining 3 pounds per week. So to lose it, we got to be at negative 3x. Now he is losing 3 pounds per week. Any questions, guys? Okay, so again, your homework. Hey, your homework before the next class. Go back and redo the graphing ones. Find the slope from the graph if you messed it up the first time or didn't do it.
What if you give us a good grade anyway?
Oh, I'm going to go back and check it. I told you that. Now, I'm also going to post some questions where you just make an equation. That's it. Make an equation.
Yay!
That's it for today.
Can we get double points if we get them all right?